As the world becomes increasingly interconnected, it is important for social workers and other healthcare providers to be aware of the potential for cultural differences when providing end-of-life care. Many cultures across the world have a number of beliefs and traditions surrounding death and dying that may be unfamiliar to Westerners. For example, many Asians believe that it is important to die at home, surrounded by family and friends, while Africans believe that death is a time to be celebrated and not mourned, since the deceased is no longer in pain. The concept of closure may differ from culture to culture. Let's look into different cultural beliefs about death and dying. Hinduism.
In Hinduism, death is not seen as the end of life, but rather the beginning of a new journey. The soul is believed to be reborn into another body, and so the cycle of life continues. Hindus believe in reincarnation, and so funerals are seen as a way to help the soul move on to its next life. In some cases, the body is cremated, while in others it is buried. The family may also hold a ceremony at the funeral home or temple before taking the body to be cremated or buried. The most important thing is that the soul is given a proper send-off so that it can begin its journey to the next life. Christianity. Christians believe that through funeral rituals, they can express their love and respect for the deceased while also beginning the process of healing. There are many different funeral rituals in Christianity, but some of the most common include visitation or wakes, funerals, and burials. Visitation or wakes are usually held at the funeral home and give friends and family an opportunity to say goodbye to the deceased. Funerals are typically held at a church or graveside and usually include a eulogy, readings from the Bible, prayers, and hymns. Burials usually take place immediately after the funeral service and involve interring the body in a coffin or grave. For Christians, these funeral rituals provide comfort and support during a difficult time. Islam. Muslims believe in the continuity of life after death. The body is seen as a vessel that temporarily houses the soul, which is eternal. Death is not viewed as an ending, but as a beginning of the next phase of life. Muslims have certain funeral rituals that are to be carried out when a person dies. The first step is to wash and shroud the body. This is done by family members or friends and is done with great care and respect. The body is then placed on a bier and taken to the mosque for prayers. After prayers, the body is buried in a grave that is facing Mecca. The grave should be shallow so that the body can decompose quickly. A stone or marker is placed at the head of the grave. Family and friends then gather around the grave and pray for the deceased. Muslims believe in the concept of an afterlife, where they will be judged by Allah according to their deeds on earth. After death, Muslims are buried in a simple shroud and prayers are said for the deceased. African culture. African cultures often have elaborate funeral rituals that can last for days. For many people in Africa, this means holding a funeral that celebrates their life and honors their passing. African funeral rituals vary by tribe and region, but there are some commonalities between them. Traditionally, African funerals are held outdoors, under the open sky. The body is washed and dressed in traditional clothing before being carried to the burial site. There, the body is laid to rest in a grave that has been dug by family members. A small fire is lit at the head of the grave, and prayers are said for the departed soul. Understanding these cultural differences can help healthcare providers better meet the needs of their patients and their families. By being sensitive to these issues, providers can ensure that everyone involved has the best possible experience during this difficult time. When working with clients from diverse cultures' background, social workers must be sensitive to the fact that funeral rituals vary widely. By understanding and respecting these differences, social workers can provide the best possible care for their clients. Funeral rituals serve an important role in many cultures. They help grieving individuals to come to terms with their loss and also provide a way to honor the deceased. In some cultures, funerals are very elaborate affairs, while in others they are simpler. Regardless of the level of complexity, all funerals serve the same basic purpose. Social workers must be aware of the different funeral rituals practiced by their clients and must be respectful of these traditions. By doing so, they will be able to provide the most culturally competent care possible.